is her second vault. So the American's doing just fine.
Does a Yurchenko, full twist, hop on the landing a little bit off center.
The Americans did well just to get into the top 4 and wind up with the best in the world here on the last rotation.
It's a dream come true for the Americans to be in this final rotation.
Alicia Dudnik now coming off a 10 on the vault. How about that mount?
That's a tough mount. First time that was done was Michelle Goodwin of the United States, back at the World Championship. Beautiful. Oh, caught her foot on the ground there. Lost her rhythm. That's a pretty substantial deduction there. Her release moves aren't as high either.
9.737 for Kim Kelly on her second vault, improving slightly.
And a double tuck dismount. What a shame, coming off a 10 over on the vaulting. She actually had trouble on this event in the compulsories.
Yeah, she had a 9.3 in the compulsories.
Exactly, and after the third event compulsories, she was in a position to take the lead, be the top Soviet, the top gymnast in the compulsories, and she had that mistake on bars.
Christy Henrik in the vault.
Nice vault, tiny bit off center and a little hop on the landing. I think she can better that vault.
I'll tell you what's frustrating about this competition is the U.S. girls look great. 9.7s, 9.75s, they're performing very well, and they're not gaining any ground on anybody.
If anything, they're losing ground. The problem is they're looking great, but it's a relative term when you're dealing with the best in the world.
In fact, they came in about 2 points behind the Chinese after the Chinese performed on the beam, and the U.S. on the floor, they dropped to 2.4 behind the Chinese.
Really trying to stick this vault. Christy always has good form on all the events. She has beautiful toe point.
9.737 was her first vault.
Her teammates call her E.T. for extra tough. She's a real fighter.
She's had a good year. Came on very strong. This is the best shape I've seen her in, and she's been consistently getting better all year.
Chinese struggling right at the moment in floor exercise. 9.037 by Wang Wenjing.
Layout full twist. A little bit better than the other one, I think. I think her coach, Al Fong, will be very happy with that. Good position in the air. Little low on the landing. She had to hop forward slightly.
9.862 was the score for Dudnik on the uneven bars.
Just another look at the vault.
Trying to keep you up to the moment on everything. This is Lashenova coming off a 10 on the vault a moment ago. Natalia Lashenova, the Soviet Union. Score on Henrik's second vault, 9.75, does improve slightly from the first.
Oh, beautiful high reverse hex. Oh, look at that, way up above the bar. This is what you're looking for in bars. Stalled her work as well. Again, a good combination of skills. Many of the girls have what we call stock routines, all the same, and this isn't. Very different from the others and done exceptionally well.
We're looking at gymnastics that I have to say, from my limited experience, is as good as it gets.
This is pretty darn close.
Lashenova, remember, had a 10 in the vault. And we will see how she does on the uneven bar. She's not going to do a whole lot worse than that. Meanwhile, on the balance beam, Aurelia Dobre has had a 9.95 for Romania.
That's an amazing mount. Round off back handspring, onto the beam, back handspring, 2 layouts following. That's a long pass.
This is Cristina Bontas of Romania, and this again coming on the heels of a 9.95 by Dobre.
Fulfilling all her requirements. She just did her gymnastics acrobatics series, combining gymnastics and acrobatics. Back handspring, layout, step out, back pike. She's done 2 very difficult passes on the balance beam already. Very risky. Now, these are the kind of routines that do earn their bonus, but there are several just medium-range routines that if they're smart, they can design the routine and still get their bonus, but they don't compare to these routines. That's the problem in our judging system. Maybe they'll have to come up with extra bonus.
So far, a 9.837 and 9.862, and that 9.95 by Aurelia Dobre for Romania. And Lashenova on the uneven bars, whom we saw a moment ago, 9.95.
And dismounts with a run-up at handspring, double top dismount.
She liked it. Christina Bontas. Romanians doing considerably better in the optionals here than they did in compulsories. Meanwhile, we'll take it back to the uneven bars.
That's pretty par for the course. The Soviets have always been probably the strongest in the compulsories. The Romanians always come on stronger in the optionals.
Svetlana Bogunskaya of the Soviet Union now.
Giant full turn over the top to reverse hex. Good height. It's amazing she works barehanded, no grips. That's unusual to see at this level. That's pretty. Split right into the toe on handstand and a touch of a flyaway. She doesn't do the most difficult routine. And in many cases on all the events, that's just like her, not to do the most difficult routine, but so perfect.
Meanwhile, over here at the head of the vault runway, Wendy Bruce, the United States, who had a very good 9.875 on her first vault. She awaits the second. On the balance beam, incidentally, Bontas is finished and had a 9.937, and the Romanians' two best are still to come, Silivash and Podorak.
Plus, this is a good opportunity for the American women with their strong vaulting scores. Wendy is terrific, and Brandy Johnson coming up next is also fantastic. They can gain some ground on the Chinese that are having trouble on floor.
Oh, good vault. As good as she can do it. Beautiful position in the air, nice, clean twist, and of course, that landing that the judges are looking for.
Bogunskaya, a 10 on the uneven bars that you saw just a moment ago. Will we see another one right here in the vault?
Oh, it's hard to say. She had good form throughout the whole vault, perfect landing.
Case of nerves for Wendy Bruce right now as we await her score. 9.875 is the score for Wendy Bruce.
See, this is where it really helps out. The Soviets and Romanians, usually their first girl up gets a 9.9. From 9.85, 9.9, they can build to the 10s. But when you start with 9.6s and 9.7s, it's very difficult to build up to those high scores.
And here is Brandy Johnson, and a fine 9.875 by Wendy Bruce in her face.
Brandy's doing the same vault. Yurchenko with a full twist. Now in her first event, she had that fall on floor exercise, so you know she's trying to get back on track. Okay, the vault was good in the air, but the problem was with the landing. She over-rotated it.
Brandy is so powerful, and that's the reason she got into the finals in Seoul in vaulting, because she shows that terrific power. She overpowered it on floor exercise. Her only other opportunity, really, I think, here to make it into the finals at these World Championships is sticking a vault here in the preliminaries.
And that's going to be crucial.
Trying to keep an eye while you watch the vault of Brandy Johnson in replay. We're trying to keep an eye on the balance beam where Daniela Silivash, who had a 10 in her first discipline, just had a brilliant performance on balance beam, and we await her score right now.
This is the event that I've always thought Brandy could not only make finals, but she could really medal in this event because she has two strong vaults. Many gymnasts only have one strong vault, and they're from two different families, and she does them as well as anybody in the world. But she's got to stick this vault here to try and get into finals.
Yeah, this is the one because she over-rotated the first one. She had a good compulsory score, but she'll need to nail this one if she even hopes to make it into the finals. And remember, in the finals, everybody starts from 0. So Brandy has as good a shot as anyone at winning a medal for the Americans if she can get into the finals with this vault here.
It's going to take a stick, the most perfect vault she has. Marchenko with a full twist. She's doing her second vault. Handspring, front pike with a half twist to Brandy out. Not nearly as well as Brandy can do this vault. I've seen her do that vault unbelievably well.
Still plenty more to come from the World Championships here in Stuttgart. We'll have more right after this. Joseph